Child actors during the late 80s and 90s became some of the biggest household names, with Mary-Kate and Ashley playing Michelle from Full House, Jonathan Lipnicki from Dawson's Creek, and Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone, to name a few of the most popular child stars of the time. One child star actress would also be part of these famous child stars as well. Not only would she star in movies like Eye of the Tiger, Jaws the Revenge, and would even do voice acting, her most famous role being in The Land Before Time. Unlike all those other child stars who have grown up and pursued other projects in their lives, Judith Barsi sadly would not be able to join them.
I lost my family in the big earthshake.
You want to go with me?
Yeah! Oh, oh, yes. I do.
All right, come on. But you'll have to keep up.
I will keep up. I will.
Hello everyone, my name is Juby Scott, and today we are looking at one of the saddest endings to a child star's career in Hollywood history. This is Juby After Dark. Judith Eva Barsi was born on June 6, 1978, the daughter of Joseph Istvan Barsi and Maria Barsi. Maria Barsi began preparing her daughter to become an actress when Judith was 5. Barsi's first role was in Fatal Vision, playing Kimberly MacDonald. She went on to appear in more than 70 commercials and guest roles on television. As well as her career in television, she appeared in several films, including Jaws the Revenge, and provided the voices of Ducky in The Land Before Time and Anne-Marie in All Dogs Go to Heaven. By the time she started 4th grade, Barsi was earning an estimated $100,000 per year, equivalent to $229,000 in 2021, which helped her family buy a 3-bedroom house in West Hills, Los Angeles. As she was short for her age, she stood 3 feet 8 inches, she began receiving hormone injections at UCLA to encourage her growth. Her petiteness led casting directors to cast her as children that were younger than her actual age. Her agent, Ruth Hanson, was quoted to the Los Angeles Times as saying that she was 10, she was still playing 7, 8-year-olds. As Barsi's career success increased, her father, Joseph, an alcoholic, became increasingly angry and would routinely threaten to himself. His wife and daughter became increasingly angry and would routinely threaten to kill himself, his wife, and daughter. His drinking led to 3 arrests for drunk driving. In December 1986, Maria reported his threats and physical violence towards her to the police. After the police found no physical signs of abuse, she decided not to press charges against him. After the incident with the police, Joseph reportedly stopped drinking, but continued to threaten Maria and Judith. His various threats included cutting their throats as well as burning down the house. He also reportedly hid a telegram informing Maria that a relative in Hungary had died. In an attempt to prevent her from leaving the United States with Judith, the physical violence continued, with Barsi telling a friend that her father threw pots and pans at her, resulting in a nosebleed. As a result of her abuse, Barsi began gaining weight and developed compulsive behaviors such as plucking out her eyelashes and pulling out her cat's whiskers. In May 1988, after breaking down in front of her agent Ruth Hanson, Barsi was taken by Maria to a child psychologist who identified several physical and emotional abuse and reported her findings to Child Protective Services. The investigation was dropped after Maria assured the caseworker that she intended to begin divorce proceedings against Joseph and that she and Judith were going to move into a Panorama City apartment she had recently rented as a daytime haven from him. Maria's friends urged her to follow through with the plan, but she hesitated due to her fear of losing the family home and belongings. I can't figure out which one of her projects it was. I couldn't find it online, but I believe it was reported that when Judith got the part as Thea Brody in Jaws: The Revenge, when they had to go film away from LA, it was reported by a neighbor, I believe, that Joseph told Maria that if they leave him to go film the movie, he would kill them when he returned. They went to finish the film away from their home regardless, and it seemed like he would keep his promise a year later.
Well, goodbye, little buddy.
Oh, Charlie, I'll miss you.
Yeah, I'll miss you too, Squeaker. Now you go to sleep, huh?
Charlie, will I ever see you again?
Sure you will, kid. You know, goodbyes aren't forever.
Then, goodbye, Charlie. I love you.
Yeah. I love you too.
On July 28th, 1988, the Los Angeles Times reported that 3 people were found dead in an apparent murder-suicide, and that the bodies were believed to be those of Barsi, her mother Maria, and her father Joseph. The article quoted Police Lieutenant Warren Knowles as saying a flammable liquid, likely gasoline, had been poured on the bodies of Maria and Judith by Joseph. Joseph's body was found in the garage, dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Neighbor Eunice Daly stated she heard a gunshot around 8:30 a.m. on July 27th, prompting her to call the police. Barsi and her mother were buried in the Forest Lawn Memorial Park in adjoining plots. Barsi's final film, All Dogs Go to Heaven, in which she provided the speaking voice of Anne Marie, was released in November 1989. In an interview, Don Bluth, the director of The Land Before Time and All Dogs Go to Heaven, praised her for being absolutely astonishing. She understood verbal direction, even for the most sophisticated situations. Bluth stated he intended to feature her extensively in his future productions. The closing credits song, Love Survives, was dedicated in her memory. An ending to Judith's life way too soon over an abusive father and a mother who was too hesitant to get her daughter out of danger. It's a shame that this happened and that CPS did not pursue charges to Judith's father, even if she was going to divorce him or not. That could have been the thing to set him off even quicker if she showed him those divorce papers. Sadly, Judith and her mother couldn't get out in time, and Judith's life was shortened as she passed at the age of 10. Thank you guys very much for watching this episode of Juby After Dark. I hope you guys have enjoyed the new updates that I have brought to this series, and I hope you'll continue to look forward to these. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to enjoy doing these instead of doing like a giant iceberg thing. They're really fun to make, honestly. I'm working on getting better edits for them as well to get them more immersive. That just might take me some time, but be patient with me and I'll keep cranking these out. I got a lot of good feedback from the last episode, and I'm really happy the show's getting good reviews in the beginning so far. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next week.